Hey guys, it's just going to be a video of me showing you my art because it's actually a really big part of my life, and so I thought maybe you'd be interested in seeing. So I mainly draw animals and people. I don't know, I guess I'll just show you so you can see what I'm talking about. I'll show you a few of my really good pieces and just things like my art book, mushrooms on the back. Yeah, so this one is a work in progress, but it is for my Neopets design because if you don't know, I still play Neopets and I still love it, and I do a lot of art for it, like to enter into the beauty contests and stuff. So yeah, this is two of them. That one is a mutant cow, and that's a Maraquin cow. Yeah. Oops. This one I haven't actually finished yet, and I'm probably not going to, knowing me, but yeah. She's in a big dress and she's kind of sitting on the ground, so that's why it's kind of out everywhere. There's this one, someone walking a squid. I know the squid isn't quite right, but I think it's pretty close. I am a responsible squid owner. Yeah, there's a frog that I just did in pen. Nothing really special, but it's kind of cute. It's kind of annoying how everything's back to front though. Anyway, I'll get over it. Is a character I made up, and she's a pirate, and I named her Rivero, which is actually the name of a real pirate, but I think she's dead. And because I'm just so original, I named mine that as well. Yeah. I create a lot of characters, and they're kind of my friends. Call it imaginary friends, or you could say they're real, whatever, but yeah. This is just some practice sketches for some skulls and teeth and stuff. That is a failed bird skull, just don't even pay attention to it. But yeah, this was for like an art project thing that I never finished for school. That's a rabbit, that's a tree shrew, and those are just mushrooms and those are teeth. This is another character I made up called Venera, and she has, well, you'll see. She's got ram horns and stuff going on. Then I did a kind of more close-up version of her. I still haven't got the horns quite right though, because it's kind of hard to do it looking front on, so please excuse that. But yeah, there's Venera again. Yeah, so yeah, she's also one of my friends. This is a rat, a raven, and a fox. Three of my favourite animals. But I have many, I just couldn't fit them all on the page. There's the rat, and the raven, and the fox. Yeah. This is another character that I made up called Cyanax, and he's kind of like a cyber goth kind of thing. This was the very first picture I drew of him though, so it's kind of vague, but yeah. He's got lots of chains and he wears like a skirty kilt thing and a corset. Was a plan for a painting that I did for my mum for her birthday. Yeah. It's like a dragon, but it's a bee. When I was a kid, I actually made this up and I just kind of redid it to improve it, but I called it a mini flower dragon when I was little. So these are just some fairies that I did a little while ago. That's 1, 2, and 3. I don't really like the bottom one so much, but I like the top 2. Another one, kind of gone all smudgy. I think I need to outline it with some pen. Yeah. I've been pretty into fairies and all that stuff all of my life, so it's kind of interesting to watch how my drawings of them have kind of evolved. And this is an unfinished picture of a close-up of Cyanax. I still need to finish outlining and shadowing and fixing him up a bit and stuff, but yeah, it's kind of a close-up of him. He looks a little bit like a girl, but I kind of like the androgynous thing. Pretty much all of my characters are androgynous. And I like to say that I'm androgynous, but I think that depends on who you ask and the day. But There he is. And those are not horns, they're just spikes on his goggles. A lot of people seem to think they're horns. I have a lot to show you guys. I have a lot more than I thought. I have an owl that I've been drawing. I haven't finished it though. I probably never will, as usual. But quick sketch of a raven or a crow, depends who you ask. This is my latest one. I'm actually quite fond of it. I was listening to Lullaby by The Cure on repeat, so a spider crawled out of my head. I think he's pretty cute actually. I don't know. I like spiders. I think they're really pretty. Some are a bit chunky and aggressive, but ones like this I don't mind. I think that's it for the drawings in this one. This was done for my mum for Mother's Day. Sorry about the glare as well because it's framed, but hopefully you can kind of see it. He's got all mushrooms on him. Oh, that's a bit better. The next one is actually a portrait I did of myself. Well, not a portrait, but a picture. I occasionally like to draw pictures of myself, just, I don't know, because. This is me as a pirate with a raven. We are sharing some tea. Sorry I'm kind of rotating it. I'm trying to like let you see it without the glare, but it's virtually impossible. But yeah. Then this one is from a speed drawing video, but it's one of the better ones. This is Fancy Dressed Raven. Yeah. Oh, that glare is so annoying. Sorry about that, guys. Oh my gosh, that glare. Okay, now I can kind of see it better. Yeah, anyway, one of my current works in progress is I'm doing a whole page of just all different mushrooms, but sorry, I'm kind of shaky. Yeah. Have more? I'll show you this one. This is the very first character I ever created, and this is the Observer. He's very special. He's having some mushroom tea, you can see. And there's this little crow or raven. I couldn't really draw ravens very well back then, or top hats as you can see, 'cause it's got a really wide brim, but anyway. Yeah. I like him. This is like a kind of Plague Doctor inspired character. But it's kind of like a bird skull instead. Sort of. Kind of failed one if you look at it like that, but this one was for Neopets as well. I made Loop, which is like a wolf kind of Neopet, and I named it Maggot with H after the M and before the A, and it was meant to be based on Captain Maggot from Emily Autumn and the Bloody Crumpets. But this one isn't quite done yet. I need to finish colouring it and outlining it, and then it'll be done. She's my favourite Crumpet, in case you hadn't realised. Yeah. I'm pretty fond of it myself. This one was also for Neopets. This was for a custard painted cow. Not that you can paint in custard, but it makes some sense. But I didn't really know how to do the whole custard dripping thing. If you've played Neopets, you know what I'm talking about. So I just made it a custard brand, like the name of it, you'll see. If you can't quite read it, oh hang on. Yeah, if you can't read it, it says Aquilini's Quality Vanilla Custard. Yeah. This one is one of my owls. I draw a lot of owls. I'm kind of addicted to it. Yeah, it's one of the big ones. It's kind of based off of a barn owl, but it's kind of my own kind of special breed of owl. I don't know. This one is a work in progress, and this is Radja. She is part deer, part human, or elf, or whatever. She's definitely not of this planet. World. I'd say she's from a different dimension, like an ethereal kind of world. But yeah, that's about it. As far as materials go, for things like Raja, I use 0.4 Artline fine liners. I use these a lot. Outlining larger things, I use Copics. One end is thin and the other end is thick. So for things like Aquilini, I used this to outline it, and to colour it in, I just use Derwents. Derwents are my favourites. I love them. I've had them for years and I've used them for so many things, but I don't use them quite as often now because I've gotten some new fancier pencils, which I'll show you in a moment. Things like the Fancy Dressed Raven and Fox and the portrait of myself. I use fine liner again after I've coloured it in, but to colour it in I use these Derwent Inktense water pencils. They're not at all really like normal water pencils that you get that are really light and washed out. As you can see from these, they're actually really vibrant and strong, which is what I love about them. And once you get the hang of them, they're really good to use. They're really easy and they're fun and yeah. It's a lot better than using normal pencils to colour in or normal paint. I think though for that one, I used these, some of it like for outlining it and shading it a bit, but I also used some watercolours. Yeah, the watercolours I use are these ones that come in the round thing. I actually have quite a few now because I've added on to it, but yeah, they're all just different things. I won't show you all of them. Those are some of my older ones. I've had these for literally years. I've had them for at least 10 years and they're still going, so they're pretty good. And I use these for the Observer and other things, but currently these are my best friends. I love them. I do. As for the paper that I use these on, because the Inktense watercolour pencils are best on watercolour paper, so I use Premiere. This probably won't really apply to you if you live somewhere that's not where I live, but I get most of my supplies like this from Premier Art Supplies, which is kind of off of King William Street. I don't know, you probably don't even know what I'm talking about because you don't live where I do. And I also got these from there as well, and some of my good paintbrushes too. And as far as paintbrushes go, my favourites that I use pretty much for everything are these for backgrounds, usually for really big stuff, like something like that. I'd probably use these two, because I use mostly watercolours, so if I use this with watercolours, it's just going to be sloppy and you're not even going to see the colour, so yeah. But I use these for backgrounds, and these for pretty much everything else. That one is actually for glazing my polymer clay charms, but yeah, these. They are my favourites. It doesn't say what brand they are, but they're really kind of soft, fancy kind. I don't know. They are a bit of money, but it is definitely worth it because the hairs don't fall out and it's not all rough and scratchy and just... They don't ruin your picture like a lot of paintbrushes do, so they're pretty good. I actually use, I don't know how to pronounce it, but I use a lot of Montmartre stuff. I don't know how you say it. It's that cheap art brand that you get at like Ned's and Cheapest Chips, that one. I use their pencils, their lead pencils a lot, and occasionally their art books, but not all that often. But yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. If you want to see more of my art, or even, I guess, buy some of it if you wanted, I have a Facebook page which I'll link you to down below, but just search Scarlet Ruby and then artist in brackets. But yeah, soon I will probably be making an Etsy account so that I can sell off a lot of my work that I just haven't been able to sell, so look out for that. I'll put a link below as well when I get around to making one. It might be a little while though, but we'll see. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you go and check out my page, and I'll see you next time. Bye!